Zia was the newest of all God's angels. She was God's seraphine. It had been a while since an angel had appeared. When an angel comes into being, a beautiful light bursts through space, and its energy touches everything that exists in the universe. When Zia's light appeared, the colors were absolutely beautiful. It was almost like looking through a kaleidoscope. All the other angels rejoiced. They named her Zia because of her gorgeous light. As a seraphine angel, she loved exploring and seeing all of God's creations. What fascinated Zia the most was how everything God created was made of His light. Some of God's creatures started to realize that they were more than their body, that they had a soul, and in fact that soul could evolve. You could see a glow inside them when they discovered this. They were able to heal others that were sick. They no longer hungered for food. The more kindness and love that they showed, the more that their souls shined even more brighter. One day, Zia saw a highly conscious being's light shine so bright that it became that light, and that being left its planet. As the being flew by her, he smiled. There was so much happiness there. Zia could feel this being's love for God. And then just like that, his light took off through space and was gone. It was the most beautiful thing to see for a seraphine angel. That's what she met Azazel. Azazel had been watching her. "What were you doing?" he questioned Zia. She could already tell there was something different about him. Azazel wasn't like most angels. Zia explained to him how much she loved to watch God's creatures as they began to realize that they were more than their form. "Didn't you see it? It was so beautiful." Zia couldn't stop talking as she described everything to Azazel once more. "That's good," Azazel said flatly. "Would you like me to show you another planet that might interest you?" Azazel requested. Zia was curious, so she followed him. The planet that Azazel showed her had many enlightened beings. "Wait, you might not want to see this," Azazel quickly warned. Zia couldn't help but look. The people on this planet had an enlightened being all tied up. They were burning her and screaming that this woman was a witch. Zia felt the poor woman's pain as her body burned on the stake. "Why are they doing this?" Zia cried. Azazel smiled at Zia and answered, "If everyone knew that their consciousness evolved, there would be no way to have control over them. When there is control, there is power. Look at this country over there. Their government puts fluoride in their water. It weakens their third eye," Azazel explained. "What if they filter it out?" Zia inquired. "It doesn't matter. Their government puts it in their food too. They can't avoid it. They even control the health of the people who live in their own country." Azazel went on. How is that possible? Zia had to know. Well, you see this guy right here? Azazel pointed at a man in a dark business suit. He donated all his money to different colleges. If they only taught medical practices his way, so he could make a profit from the petroleum that was needed to make the medicine. Well, soon after, the whole country became lab rats underneath this group of people. They would put things in their food that wasn't healthy. It was bad for their mental health and would even cause them to get sick and die. In return, these people would make more money from such death and sickness. It's an endless cycle, Azazel told her. Zia looked down at the country. The people were very violent and sad. It just broke her heart to see all of this. Why are these people so fearful? Zia wondered. Azazel explained to her how the country's government kept everyone in fear by controlling their media. After a while of seeing so many negative news, the people started to believe that their world was a scary and dark place. This made Zia really sad. They can't keep an ancient foundation from forming. The soul will evolve. This is a gift from God. God gave all beings the ability to raise their consciousness. God loves everyone so much that He created everything in this universe with His own light. That light which is inside our souls. There is nothing they can do to stop everyone's soul from evolving, Zia told him. Azazel didn't respond, and he just looked away. Zia looked down at the country and saw that same group of people found a way to control the weather and were using it to harm the people that lived there. The hurricane tore apart their homes, and people were dying because some couldn't escape the storm. If they're always in a state of fear, it will keep their soul from evolving for a little while at least. But when their light returns to Earth each time, they'll get closer to being a highly consciousness being. There is no way they can stop it, Zia explained to Azazel. They know this, Azazel muttered. The plan is to put fear into their children at a really young age and take control of all the people on this planet. They've also already tricked millions of people by making them fearful of a vaccine when all along it was inside the test, Azazel told Zia. What? What was inside the test? Zia questioned him. I won't say much, but it's really quite genius, Azazel answered and smiled at her. What are you talking about, Azazel? This isn't a game, Zia demanded. The same rich people who control their country also produce the test. If these people were more awake, they would see that. It's been in front of their faces all along. Azazel laughed. Ha 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 ha. That's when Zia knew Azazel's true intentions. Why would you do this? And how long has this been going on? Zia screamed at Azazel. Now she knew why he was watching her. He was trying to figure out a way to keep these beings' souls from evolving. He had hoped there was a way. He knew a seraphine angel would know, and that's why he brought her here. These creatures do not deserve to evolve. They are like disgusting bugs, and I have the power to squash them if I wish. This has been going on for thousands of years. And yes, like you said, I keep them in a state of fear. But each time their light returns to Earth, their soul eventually evolves. Now, when Zia looked at Azazel's eyes, she could see pure evil in them. You can rule over this planet with me. We can be gods of this planet together. Just you and me, Azazel begged her. He caressed her cheek gently with his hand. Haven't you ever wanted to be powerful and to have control over a whole planet and to be God to all of those people? You could be my queen. I remember the first time I saw your light when it appeared. To this day, it's the most beautiful thing I have ever seen. And then Azazel tried to kiss her. Zia backed away. I am not like you, Azazel. I'll never be your queen, she screamed at him. It almost looked like Azazel was about to strike her. Then for a second, Zia saw hurt in his eyes. Azazel looked down at the planet and took his anger out on a poor man who was walking his dog. As he swung his arm down towards the man, a great ball of fire engulfed him, and the man's ashes flew into the wind. As a seraphine angel, Zia felt this man's pain. She cried out. Azazel laughed and turned away from her. I think I know how to get you to change your mind, Azazel threatened, and left her as he floated down towards the planet. Zia knew she needed to find Gabrielle and the other archangels. These people on this planet needed their help. Zia could still feel their sadness, and it weakened her. She felt their suffering, and her light dimmed. Zia began to sing and to call out to the archangels and God for help. God's light began to embrace her instantly. She could feel God's love all around her, and his love began to heal her. When the archangels appeared, she told him of Azazel's plan. The people on this planet no longer have free will, and he keeps them in a limbo state where it's harder for their soul to evolve. We have to do something about this. God agreed, and the archangels prepared for battle. We will save these people, Zia thought, as she began to prepare for battle as well. It won't be long now, Azazel, until all your plans are ruined and the people on earth are happy again. To be continued. Well, thank you kindly for listening to my channel. And if you want to hear more of my story, please subscribe. I really enjoyed sharing it with all of you. I hope you have a wonderful day and much love to you all. Mwah.